It's like
Watch this.
It's like.
Before I get this lesson started, I'm going to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. I'm going to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, of whom I learned from, and a shalom to the hopeful elect, taking this truth, the new song, to the four corners of the earth, building the hopeful elect to the marriage supper of the Lamb. This is your brother Radah with a short lesson on the wise men being destroyed in Teman, talking about Esau, Edom, the shameful spewing, and the shame being seen by the other nations as the spirit of the Most High and Yahweh Shai just moves against Esau, Edom on all sides and fulfills prophecy, like it is said. I'm going to show this video real quick, and this is the leader of another country speaking to Carson Tucker about the obvious weaknesses of America, and he's just pointing things out. And this is something you would have never heard of not even 5 years ago, man. But look what's happening, and I'm going to get some precepts, and then we'll be done.
This is not about geopolitics or anything. I'm not going to even mention the countries. But I saw, somebody showed me the 600-meter railway that was built in California. And it cost like, $15 billion, something like that, to build the 600-meter piece of railway that they were building.
It's a lot per meter.
Yes. So, you cannot go on. It's like obvious. It's like somebody eats too much, right? You can be a little fat, right? It's fine. But then if somebody's morbidly fat, if somebody will come and say, okay, you have to stop, right? Because, your heart can take it anymore. So, you cannot go on. It's like obvious. It's like somebody eats too much, right? You can be a little fat, right? It's fine. But then if somebody's morbidly fat, if somebody will come and say, okay, you have to stop, right? Because, your heart can take it anymore, right? You have to stop. Or somebody that drinks, I don't drink, but if somebody drinks, the doctor might say, your liver.
Let's get that precept really quick, though. Hold on. I got a couple other precepts pulled up. Babylon, we would have healed. We would have healed Babylon. So this is Jeremiah 51, verse 9. We would have healed Babylon. Talking about America, mystery Babylon the Great. But she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. And that's what people are already beginning to do. They're already beginning to move out of America. For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Let's go back to that video.
Your liver can't take that anymore. Look at your liver, how it is right now. Or the lungs for smoke or whatever. When you see things like that, 600 meters of railway, $15 billion, 10 years. There's no other possible diagnosis. You have to stop that fast now, because if not, the decline is inevitable. It's inevitable. It's already there. It's not like, I'm telling you, I foresee. No, it's there. It's $15 billion to make a 600-meter piece of railway that's not even working. In 10 years. The Empire State was built in a year. 1 year. They built the Empire State. Things were working, right? I don't know what were things back then, but they built the Empire State in 1 year.
You see Tucker's face? Look at Tucker's face, because he knows it's true.
Happened with the World Trade Center Freedom Tower. They was changed the name that later to World Trade Center. How long did it take?
Forever.
Yeah. And it was, the whole country united to build it. There was no budgetary, I know it was probably, but it was no, if it needed budgetary, it was not a problem of budget or investors willing to pour money on it or engineers. Why would it take over a decade to build something that was so significant for the whole country? You could build the tallest building in the world. You didn't. You could have built the tallest building in the world and said, okay, we're coming back bigger and stronger. We're going to build, we got a hit, but now we're going to build back better and stronger, build back better and stronger, right, or whatever.
See, and this is an outward mockery in public. This is one man, one leader in El Salvador, the president, openly speaking with Tucker Carlson about just two obvious things: a bridge that was $15 billion, and then talking about the World Trade Center and how it took so long for the Edomites, for Esau, to build back these situations and so much money. And then when he even does finally build back these situations, they're not even built with quality to last. Because he mentions the new World Trade Center at the end of the video. I'm gonna let it play. But he answers back with the finished project of the 9/11 situation and says that's not even a good building. I'll let it play.
And build it, 2-mile high skyscraper. I'm not a fan of 2-mile high skyscrapers, but you could have done that. I mean, you have the money, you have the resources, you have the engineers.
And the point I'm trying to make is, if they're going to do this in public with this kind of a conversation, what do you think these other nations, Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, the guy from China, this guy, what do you think they're talking about behind closed doors? This is just a conversation out in the open with Carlson Tucker, man. What do you think is being said behind closed doors?
The market, because if I built a mile skyscraper, I can fill it with offices because I don't have enough of market to fill it with residences and offices or whatever. You do have the market in New York to build offices, and you want hotel rooms. I mean, it would feel like this.
Let's get that precept that Yahushua said. Plan. Let me see if I don't even plan. Can you hold on real quick? So right here we have in Luke 14:28, for which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first, and counteth the cost whether he hath sufficient to build. Verse 29, lest happily after he hath laid the foundation, and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him. Let's read that one more time. Luke 14:28. For which of you, and these are the words of Yahushua, right? The great king. Luke 14:28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first, and counteth the cost whether he hath sufficient to finish it. Verse 29. Lest happily after he hath laid the foundation, and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him. That's what this is.
But you didn't. You took over a decade to build a very unimpressive building. So, and that was 23 years ago.
Yes.
Now you're building 600-meter railways with $15 billion. So, how long it would take to build the Baltimore Bridge? It should take a year.
So now he's mentioning the Baltimore Bridge that was just destroyed by that boat a couple of months ago. And he's using these two other examples, saying there's no way it's going to be done based on your credit, your past history, the way things are going for you.
Whew. How long would it take here?
Here?
Yeah.
A year. 2 years. And we're a small, poor country. I mean, we're one of the poorest nations in the world, right?
No, that's why this is so shameful and interesting.
Yeah. I mean, they're a small, poor country. I mean, we're one of the poorest nations in the world, right?
No, that's why this is so shameful and interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the U.S. has they have still unlimited amounts of resources because you can just print money, right?
So he's saying it. Look, he's talking about the wealth of Esau in America, right? They have unlimited resources. They can just print money if they want. Look what he says.
It's another topic, but you can just print whatever. How much it's worth? I mean, would you want to do it? We want to build it made of gold. I mean, you can do anything, right? You just, how much is it? Do it.
So that sounds like a systemic failure. It doesn't sound like
it's a systemic failure.
Yeah. Watch this.
Okay, so now we have a government official from another country saying all this stuff. And look, what does prophecy say? This is why what's happening is happening. So what does it say in Job? Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds, that he cannot pass. He can't get past this place in history, this place in prophecy. Esau cannot pass his portion. He cannot pass his lot in prophecy. Because his days are determined. Okay? What's the next precept? Obadiah 1:8. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh? The whole book of Obadiah is about Esau and his destruction, the judgment, the cup he's going to finally drink. The entire book, it's like 27, 28, 29 verses. It's all completely only about Edom. And verse 8 in this prophecy about Edom says this, shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau. What's the mountain? The government, the rulership, the global hegemony, the left-handed prophecies, their enchantments, their witchcrafts, their Chaldeanship, their ability, their technologies, all of that. And look at this, another prophecy, Nahum 3:5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And what did you hear Tucker Carlson say at the end of this video?
It's like, because you're a state, you can just print money, right? That's another topic, but you can just print whatever, how much it's worth. I mean, would you want to do it, but we want to build it made of gold? I mean, you can do anything, right? You just, how much is it? Do it.
So that sounds like a systemic failure. It doesn't sound like...
It's a system. It should take a year.
How long would it take here?
Here?
Yeah.
A year. 2 years. And we're a small, poor country. I mean, we're one of the poorest nations in the world, right?
No, that's why this is so shameful and interesting.
Yeah.
That's why this is so shameful and interesting. And what does prophecy say about Esau? Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And so, what did you hear come out of Carlson's mouth?
Well, I mean, the U.S. has solutions in the world, right?
No, that's why this is so shameful and interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it is over for America, and it is over for Esau, Edom. And it is we are at the beginning stages of the rulership of Yahweh Shai, which includes 144,000 chosen elect men of Yasharallah, which is Zion, the rulership, the cosmos, the beautiful arrangement, the world that God so loved, the power so loved the world. That world is talking about that rulership coming onto the earth, and we're going to get that precept. Jacob, it's 2nd Ezra 6:9, but I'm going to pull it up. Esau is the end of the world in Jacob. So their fall is connected to our rise. Their destruction is connected to our salvation. Their cup, drinking of the cup, which is a measurement of judgment, prepared for them, is connected to Yahweh Shai's rulership, including the 144,000 chosen elect men with the 1/3 innumerable multitude. And you see right here, 2nd Ezra 6:9, for Esau, that is talking about the so-called white man, is the end of the world. The world is that word is age. The planet is not going to be destroyed, though America will be turned into a lake of fire because of the nuclear missiles. But the planet itself will not be destroyed. It will rock to and fro, and there will be a lot of cleanup that has to take place. But this is talking about the age. For Esau is the end of the age, and Jacob, Yahweh Shai, is the beginning of it that followeth. And there's another one that's very plain and connects, and that's Lamentations 4:21 and 22. And this goes right along with that same prophecy, Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice. This is the Most High being sarcastic with Esau. Rejoice And be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cups also shall pass through unto thee. That cup is a measurement of slavery. It's a measurement of destruction. It's a measurement of judgment. It's justice. It's balance. Esau's going to drink that cup. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. Naked is an exposure of the transgression and sins. They're going to be, everything about them is going to be exposed. It's being exposed now. Verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. So you see two rulerships. You see two separate seed lines, two nations being spoken to simultaneously in this prophecy. One is coming out of rulership and going into captivity, as the other one is coming out of captivity and going into rulership. You have to see this. It connects to 2 Ezra 6:9. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And we are at the door, but before this happens, this is what makes this next prophecy that's coming up, Jacob's trouble in Jeremiah 30. Let me pull it. I want to read all 7 verses. So this is the most worst time in human history that we are about to step into, okay? Jeremiah 30. I'm going to read down from 1 to 7. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Thus speaketh Yahweh, the power of Yasharallah, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the day comes, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Yasharallah and Judah. That's the northern and southern kingdom. That's why it's spoken this way. Israel is split. You got the 10 or the 9 northern kingdoms, your Native Americans, and your Latinos, which is your Cubans and your Puerto Ricans, your South and Central Americans, all of them, right? And then you got Judah, your southern kingdom, your so-called blacks in America, the Jamaicans, the Haitians, and stuff like that. Saith Yahweh, I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. There goes a mention of the northern and southern kingdom. Again, this is how we know the people claiming to be Jews now are fake. They are the bastard that dwells in Ashdod. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard the voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness? At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. I'm going to say that one more time. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. That means 70 AD is not like this time coming up. That means that the transatlantic slave trade is not like this time coming up. That means that the Great Depression of America that they showed Esau supposedly suffering during the Great Depression, it is not like the time that is coming. The time that is coming is going to be the worst time in human history. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And the he is talking about the 1/3 elect, those who have the name, the Thawah, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, on their foreheads. They are harping with their harps. They are dancing to the sound and the tune and the words of the new song, and they are singing the new song, which is the correct 100% truth, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this truth, not as Christianity, not as Western Renaissance Christianity teaches, not as what the white man Esau teaches, but as the Spirit has given us understanding, like he said he would in Ezekiel 37. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, of whom I learned this truth from, and a shalom to the hopeful elect, taking this message, this 100% truth, to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb. This is your brother Radah with this message, and I'll speak to you again. Shalom.